Hello friends, have you ever asked yourself while trading, will my next trade make me rich or ruin everything? Sometimes your heart races with excitement seeing profits, and sometimes a loss makes you feel like all your hard work was in vain. This is the same fear and greed that runs inside every new trader. But do you know that a professional trader thinks completely differently? They see every trade not as a chance to win, but as a way to control risk. For them, the biggest victory is protecting their capital. Today, we're starting a journey through a book that has changed the thinking of millions of new traders. The book's name is New Trader, Rich Trader, written by Steve Burns and Holly Burns. In this book, there are stories of two traders, one new trader who always gets trapped in haste, fear, and greed, and the other a rich trader whose mindset, discipline, and patience make them a long race horse. Friends, in this series, we'll learn step by step the real meaning of risk management, the thinking of a pro trader, their winning mindset, and the mistakes that every new trader repeats over and over. So if you also want to move from consistent losses to wins in trading, stay with us, because every chapter of this story hides a new lesson, a new truth. Friends, first let's understand new trader versus rich trader. What exactly is the difference between the two? Think about when you first step into the market. How does your mind work? Every signal, every news, every chart pattern becomes a big decision for you, and behind it runs fear. This is what happens inside a new trader. Haste to win every trade, efforts to quickly recover every loss. They forget that trading isn't a casino. They forget that saving capital is the biggest win. Their mind gets stuck in short-term thinking. Every new indicator, every new tip surrounds them, and they start making impulsive decisions. Now contrast that with a rich trader. Their mindset is completely different. They view every trade from the perspective of probability and planning. For them, winning isn't just about making profit, it's about avoiding losses. They know losses will come, but they won't react impulsively out of fear. Behind every step is discipline and patience, and most importantly, they think long-term. They know that slow and steady growth is the real wealth. Friends, this is the difference. A new trader thinks, I'll get rich quick, while a rich trader thinks, I'll win slowly and steadily with my rules and discipline. Now think, if you let emotions dominate your trading decisions, what will happen? Every loss will break your spirit, and every win will make you overconfident. This is the path that leads a new trader to losses. But the rich trader's secret is simple, they follow a system. Every trade has a plan. Every risk is pre-calculated, and most importantly, they learn from their mistakes. They don't repeat the same error over and over. In this book, the authors have explained very clearly that trading isn't just a book of strategies or indicators, it's a book of mindset. This book shows you that your mind is your biggest asset or your biggest risk. And that's why a rich trader earns consistent profits over time, while a new trader keeps getting entangled in losses. Now you might be thinking, where do I stand? Will I keep getting stuck in my mistakes like a new trader, or can I move forward by thinking like a rich trader? Friends, in this book, the authors have highlighted two types of mindsets, and we'll understand them step by step. First, we'll see how a new trader gets trapped in small mistakes, sometimes not setting a stop loss, sometimes overtrading, sometimes getting stuck between greed and fear, and this is the mechanism that slowly destroys their capital. Whereas for a rich trader, every trade is a lesson, every loss is a warning, and every win is validation. They know trading isn't a shortcut, it's a long race. And no win is permanent without patience and discipline. Friends, the authors have also shown that changing mindset isn't easy, but it's possible. This transformation happens gradually, through small habits, small decisions, and self-reflection. A new trader slowly learns to stop fearing losses, to follow rules, and to control emotions. Now think, every day, millions of new traders enter the market. How many are new traders who keep repeating the same mistakes? And how many are rich traders who win because of their thinking and discipline? Understanding this difference can change the direction of your trading. And this is the suspense we'll uncover in the next part. What are the biggest mistakes every new trader makes? And how do those same mistakes become lessons for a rich trader? Friends, the next part can completely change your trading mindset. If you want your thinking, discipline, and risk management skills to go to the next level, stay with us. Because real victory in trading comes from rules, mindset, and patience, and this book teaches you to walk that path. Friends, in the last part, we learned how deep the difference in thinking is between a new trader and a rich trader. Today, we'll enter the next chapter of that story, where we'll see how a new trader makes the biggest mistakes and how a rich trader turns them into lessons. Friends, think. You see a loss in a trade for the first time. Your heart beats fast. Fear creeps into your mind, and you think, "Oh, what have I done? I need to get my money back quickly." This is the fear that forces a new trader to make wrong decisions over and over. They become impulsive. They forget their rules. They overanalyze every signal and often overtrade. Steve Burns and Holly Burns have shown this in their book in a very simple and clear way. A new trader always gets trapped between greed and fear. They always forget capital protection. They always think that profit alone is victory and risk is only loss. But think, what does a rich trader do? They consider losses a natural part of trading. They know every trade has risk, and risk control is in their hands. They follow rules for stop loss and position sizing. They analyze their mistakes and learn. Now let's look at the biggest mistakes every new trader makes. Number 1, overtrading and hasty decisions. A new trader thinks the more trades they do, the more profit they'll make. They are impulsive. Market noise confuses them, and this overtrading slowly empties their account. Number 2, getting entangled in greed and fear. After every win, they become overconfident. After every loss, they freeze in fear. These emotions force them into impulsive trades. Number 3, ignoring stop loss. A new trader often thinks, "I'll recover this trade quickly," but the market doesn't meet their expectations. Capital slowly depletes. Number 4, not trusting strategy. They blindly follow every indicator and tip. They chase every new pattern. They get stuck in randomness instead of consistency. Now let's come to the rich trader's lessons. Risk control is always priority. Staying disciplined behind rules and strategy, controlling emotions and having patience, turning losses into lessons. Steve Burns and Holly Burns say that a rich trader's biggest strength is their mindset. They know trading isn't a lottery, it's a long race, and every win and loss teaches them something new. Friends, now think. If you adopt these lessons in your trading, you can slowly move out of the new trader mindset toward a rich trader mindset. But it's not easy. This transformation demands time, practice, and self-reflection. And this is the suspense we'll uncover in the next part. How a rich trader adopts their rules and mindset, and which daily habits give them consistent profits. So stay with us, because the next part can completely change your trading approach. You'll learn that no trader can remain successful long-term without discipline, patience, and proper risk management. Friends, in the previous parts, we learned what big mistakes a new trader makes and how a rich trader learns from those mistakes to earn consistent profits. Now we'll enter the next chapter of the story, where we'll learn the secret of a rich trader's daily habits and mindset transformation. Friends, think. If you're stuck in consistent losses in trading, do you ever think it's not just a lack of strategy, but also a lack of mindset? Steve Burns and Holly Burns in their book New Trader, Rich Trader say that mindset is the real weapon that turns a new trader into a rich trader. A rich trader adopts disciplined routines every day. They don't just look at charts upon waking. They mentally prepare themselves. They ask themselves, what will I learn today? What's my plan? What's my risk? Now think, what does a new trader do? They think they've got the signal, read the news, opened the trade. But they have no structured routine. Their mind fluctuates with emotions. A rich trader's daily habits are simple, but each has a purpose. First, preparing a plan for every trade in advance. Second, setting stop loss and position size to control risk. Third, maintaining a journal of every loss or win. Fourth, analyzing their emotions and avoiding impulsive decisions. Fifth, practicing discipline and patience in the market. Friends, these habits make them different. Steve and Holly say that mindset transformation happens gradually. It's not an overnight change. A new trader slowly learns that fear can become your biggest ally if managed right. A rich trader knows emotions are the biggest risk in trading. When fear and greed start dominating their mind, they recognize them and know the art of controlling them. They know no one can fully control the market's unpredictability, but they can always keep their reactions and decisions under control. Their day isn't just spent watching charts. They mentally prepare their mind. They ask themselves, what will I learn today? What's my plan? What's my risk? Now think, what does a new trader do? They think they've got the signal, read the news, opened the trade. But they have no structured routine. Their mind fluctuates with emotions. A rich trader's daily habits are simple, but each has a purpose. First, preparing a plan for every trade in advance. Second, setting stop loss and position size to control risk. Third, maintaining a journal of every loss or win. Fourth, analyzing their emotions and avoiding impulsive decisions. Fifth, practicing discipline and patience in the market. Friends, these habits make them different. Steve and Holly say that mindset transformation happens gradually. It's not an overnight change. A new trader slowly learns that fear can become your biggest ally if managed right. A rich trader knows emotions are the biggest risk in trading. When fear and greed start dominating their mind, they recognize them and know the art of controlling them. They know no one can fully control the market's unpredictability, but they can always keep their reactions and decisions under control. Their day isn't just spent watching charts. They mentally prepare their mind. They ask themselves, what am I going to learn today? What's my plan? How much is my risk? Whereas a new trader, still trapped in fear and greed, only chases signals and tips. Their mind goes up and down with emotions. They see no structured approach. A rich trader visualizes every trade in advance. They think, what will the entry and exit points be? How to manage risk? This mental rehearsal gives them confidence. After every trade, they journal. What did I do right? What wrong? And how can I improve next time? This reflection makes them better continuously. But a rich trader doesn't just rely on psychological techniques. They have rules for advanced risk management too. They never put a large portion of their total capital in one trade. They risk a small percentage in every trade. They know one impulsive decision can ruin the whole account. They always maintain a favorable risk-reward ratio in their trades. Their potential reward should always be more than the risk. They never do trades where risk is high and reward low, and they always set stop loss and take profit levels. They know the market is unpredictable, and limiting losses is their biggest shield. A rich trader diversifies their investments. They don't put all capital in one asset or sector. They know diversification is their safety. And most importantly, they never stop learning. They stay updated on market trends, new strategies, and trading psychology. They know the market always changes, and they must adapt too. Steve Burns and Holly Burns say that trading isn't just a game of technical analysis. It's a mental game. Your mindset determines your success or failure. A rich trader is the one who controls their thinking, manages their emotions, and handles risk intelligently. And this is the suspense we'll uncover in the next part. How a rich trader adapts their trading plan, and which strategies give them consistent profits in changing market conditions. So stay with us, because the next part can completely change your trading approach and mindset. You'll learn that the right combination of mindset, discipline, and habits brings real victory in trading. Friends, in the previous parts, we learned how a rich trader's psychological techniques and advanced risk management strategies work. We saw how mindset, emotions, discipline, and daily habits can turn a new trader into a rich trader. But the story doesn't end here. The real game starts when the market changes, when plans start failing, and when a new trader starts getting trapped again in the web of fear and greed. Steve Burns and Holly Burns, in their book New Trader, Rich Traders, say that long-term success in trading doesn't come just from strategies or habits. It's the result of mindset, adaptability, and consistent learning. Think, you're trading continuously in the market. Every trade has risk. Every signal can be misleading. A new trader gets trapped in fear, greed, and impatience at that time. Their mind becomes chaotic. They forget rules. They start making impulsive decisions, and this is the path that leads them to losses. But a rich trader thinks differently. They know the market is always unpredictable. For them, the outcome of any trade isn't just profit or loss. It's feedback, a lesson. Every loss, every unexpected move, every sudden market shift prepares them. And this adaptability makes them different. A rich trader's secret is simple: continuously adapt their trading plan. They know the strategy that worked yesterday might fail today. They aren't rigid, but they don't compromise on rules either. They modify their approach while upholding their rules and discipline. Now think, this adaptability doesn't come just from technical skills, it comes from mindset. A rich trader analyzes their mistakes. They ask, was my thinking right? Did I control emotions? Did I manage risk properly? And most importantly, they embrace their learning curve. Steve Burns and Holly Burns say that mindset transformation isn't an overnight process. It happens gradually. Every trade, every loss, every win shapes their mindset. A new trader slowly learns that fear and greed can distort their decisions. They learn that consistency, patience, and self-discipline are the ultimate weapons. For a rich trader, psychological strength is most important. They recognize emotions, analyze them, and avoid impulsive actions. They consider their rules non-negotiable. They know risk control, position sizing, stop-loss, and diversification are their armor. But even more important is their mental resilience, staying in the market despite failures, and keeping focus on the plan. Friends, now think, when a new trader starts adopting these lessons, their transformation begins. They first practice discipline in small trades. They gradually refine their strategy. They regularly analyze their journal. Every day, every week, every month, they improve their mindset and trading approach. Steve Burns and Holly Burns have explained this very clearly. Becoming a rich trader doesn't just mean profitable trades. It means achieving sustainable growth and psychological strength. This is what gives a trader consistent long-term success. Now you might be thinking, can a new trader ever become a rich trader? Yes, absolutely. But for that, learning techniques alone isn't enough. You'll have to change your mindset, your daily habits, your emotional responses. You'll have to adapt your trading plan. You'll have to turn failures into lessons. And most importantly, you'll have to practice patience and consistency. A rich trader knows trading isn't a linear path, it's a roller coaster. Every upswing and downswing is part of their learning process, and that roller coaster experience makes them mentally strong. They don't make impulsive decisions entangled in emotions. They creatively adapt while staying in the framework of rules. Steve Burns and Holly Burns emphasize this point repeatedly in the book. Mindset is the ultimate power in trading. Technical knowledge, strategies, charts, these are just tools. But your decisions, your reactions, your discipline make you a rich trader. Friends, think. When you master your psychology, mindset, and risk management strategies, your approach in the market becomes completely different. You aren't fear-driven. You aren't greed-driven. You take calculated risks. You stay disciplined, and this behavior brings you consistent profits. Now let's talk about the end, long-term success. A rich trader always adopts a long-term perspective. They don't get bothered by short-term losses and temporary setbacks. They know that small, consistent improvements and a disciplined approach will give exponential growth over time. Steve Burns and Holly Burns say this is what separates a normal new trader from a rich trader. A new trader breaks after every loss. A rich trader learns from every loss and becomes better prepared for the next trades. So friends, if you also want your trading journey to be successful, if you want to master your mindset, habits, and risk management, remember this is a continuous process. Trading isn't a shortcut, it's a game of discipline, patience, and self-awareness. And this is the ultimate lesson from the book New Trader, Rich Trader. This book doesn't just teach you profitable trades. It teaches you how to achieve real victory in trading by changing your mindset, psychology, and habits. Friends, now you're ready to give a new direction to your trading journey. Now you're ready to become a rich trader from a new trader. And now you know that real victory comes not just from strategies, but from mindset, discipline, and emotional strength. With this last part, this chapter of our series also completes. But remember, the trading journey always continues. Your mindset, your decisions, and your rules always evolve. The lessons you've learned here will give you long-term success in the market. Friends, if you like this series and learned something new, definitely like the video. To advance your trading journey, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. In the comments below, tell us which part felt most impactful to you. And yes, share this video with your friends and fellow traders so they too can understand the power of mindset and discipline in trading. Remember, success isn't hidden in shortcuts. It's in discipline, patience, and the right mindset. So keep learning, keep practicing, and keep moving forward. Your future is in your hands. Thank you.